You know, Jimmy Kimmel is a fucking piece of shit, honestly. Like, he's coming out on his late night show the other day, crying, etc. These are all crocodile tears. These are not real tears. He did the same thing a few months ago with the Republican health care bill thing, trying to push his agenda using tears and emotion to manipulate you, essentially. So don't fall for it, right? A lot of the points he brought up during his monologue were nonsense as well. He's calling for more background checks or whatever for the mentally ill, or he's saying like, oh, all these senators showing their faces are for allowing mentally ill people to have weapons. Well, the guy passed the background checks, first of all, right? And you're calling for banning silencers, and you're calling for banning all these other things that were not even used within a crime, right? You're like, oh, they could have potentially been used, but all the weapons that were used were illegal. So that just goes to show you that criminals do not follow the law. They're going, if they want guns, they're going to get them, and they're going to use them. So, the only, like, this is what people on the far left do. They do want to they do want to get rid of the majority of the weapons in America if they possibly could, but they know they can't do it in one sweeping motion. So they're going to have to do it little by little. But they're setting like the little seeds, in there. Like right when it first started, he was saying like, oh, see, he even admitted the guy passed the background checks and all this stuff. So that's a subtle way of saying like, see, even with all these background checks, all this stuff, crazy people are still going to shoot people, right? And so that's setting a little seed in your mind to think like, oh, well, then the only possible thing to do is ban them all because we can't possibly vet everybody, right? And this will be a logical conclusion to a lot of people who are just calling for moderate gun control regulation or whatever, but eventually they're going to push it further and further. And people will falsely say like, oh, Jimmy Kimmel has so much empathy, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, he doesn't have empathy. He's just trying to manipulate you. And if you are manipulated by this, then, you were taken in by it. What can I say? And maybe you shouldn't be. And one of the things I thought were kind of fucked up is he showed a picture of all the senators, etc., that voted for certain or not progressing certain regulations on guns. And like that's like you're putting crosshairs on these people, because you look at the climate of America right now and how people are so like nuts. Like look at that one guy who went and shot all the Republicans. Like you could have another person like that. Now they're like, oh, all these people are responsible for that shooting. I want to go and take them out because those senators don't vote for the regulations that I like. So these are dog whistles. Left always talks about dog whistles, but that's a dog whistle, right? And they know what they're doing. They know that they're trying to push people to act erratically and to have more conflicts like this, because then they can use this for more justification to impose more regulations and more laws to take away your rights. So, like, this is subtle manipulation, and I just try not to be taken in by it. Whenever you see people tearing like this, and then they push a political message right afterwards, it's like you should be a little dubious about their intentions, right? You should worry about their intentions. But, that's all I had to say, and I know Jimmy Kimmel's going to come out with some more nonsense in the future whenever another attack like this happens. But take it easy.